They just have this math. They just have this math equation, and they teach you to calculate. So you don't think about it. You don't relate it to anything, and you hear over and over again that Michelson-Morley proved that there's no ether, and that through covariant transformations, the Earth's orbital velocity was somehow confirmed through a gamma factor correction. So a second order correction to what should be a first order measurement. It's like they got these people all looped up.
Well, if you take a step back and you kind of think about it, it almost seems like the ether being hidden is their main focus for all this. It's why they led Einstein around by the nose. It's why they made it illegal to question him as from the ADL and then the old school. And if you didn't want to, if you wanted to debate him, you were an anti-Semite. And it's the whole guard that they put up around everything, like right down to modifying the math equation so you can allow electrical charge to perpetuate itself and require no permissivity of the background, even though they had previously declared, measured, and quantified the permissivity of the background no longer was necessary for that to propagate in perpetuity, which is complete and utter nonsense, mathematical and otherwise. So the whole game and the whole goal and the whole circus has been to remove the ether mathematically from from the historicity, from the mathematics, and from the education, so that you had no idea how anything worked in reality. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's how they could have people calculating things and working with these things and not realizing the significance of what it actually is, and how they would do it in disguise. In 1922, there's a paper I was just reading that was covering 3,700 some critiques of Einstein that were suppressed in Germany because it became illegal, or not illegal, I'm sorry. It became
Germany should know better.
Yeah, it became not academically advantageous to criticize Einstein. So they suppressed all these papers. And if you wanted to publish something, well, you weren't going to publish it criticizing Einstein.
Right.
So
it's like for me, it's always like what they try to cover up the most is the truth, right? So if ether is the thing that they're trying to make you not look at and don't look at, no, discredit, and it's goofy, and Wikipedia will tell you that it's been disproven by Michelson-Morley, which couldn't be further from the truth. And when I started with this journey, the ether I accepted as something that was necessary for the phenomenon that I interpreted to work on flat Earth. Like the science has to be there, and I went from it's something that I'll never be able to prove to anyone, which I'll quietly accept and move on, to actually it's the most fundamentally proven, relied upon technology in the history of mankind. Like you were doing the awesome work on GPSs and interferometry, the Sagnac effect, the preferred direction, all of that is direct proof of the ether, right? So now it's a whole new world.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, the history of interferometry and GPS, and just how radio waves propagate, all is ether technology. It all shows evidence of an ether, and they've just got everyone outright denying it due to a belief system in an incoherent, philosophically bankrupt and mathematically bankrupt system that they protect with such vigor and degree that they don't even it's so crazy that people don't even have to understand the theory to defend it. They just have to say space-time because it's such a good job has been done in terms of propagandizing the deifying Einstein is this guy that came around and just discovered that the universe is actually space-time curvature, and he expressed it through his math equations. He just deciphered the whole universe. They literally created a sky prophet. You can't question Einstein's space-time curvature.
He is a prophet.
That's
you can't question the word.
Dude,
who are you? You're not a priest. You don't know.
Yeah, that's what it's really like, man. And the language that he writ his prophecy in was in mathematics, right? Because math's a language. It's a descriptive language. It describes things. Well, if you have a coordinate system that's a blank slate that you could swap in and impose conditions on, and say that it has covariance to it, then the world is your oyster, as they say, right? You can become a literal math magician and explain the sky by attributing any physical phenomenon to something that doesn't exist by simply saying that it caused the coordinate system you use to describe the phenomenon to warp and distort to conform to any presupposition you have to reify the need for your coordinate system to describe it.
Utter self-serving masturbatory absurdity.